Okay, so I realized that this is kind of like probably going to end up being like an electric journal, which is what I do on Medium already. And not many people read my posts, but it's more for me to heal from different experiences. Um, but basically, today I wanted to talk about some of the lessons that I learned from some of the um, bad experiences that I had, some of it through my fault, and others through um, being a bad fit and not meshing with the people that I was renting from. And I'll say that this place that I moved into on Saturday, I feel in my spirit that it could be the first place that I could use the word home for. I've usually used the terms like place of residence or place where I'm renting a room. Nothing ever that has something that connects with my spiritual being. And so basically, I have four things, and I, the person that I had rented from in the last place gave me these shoes for the snow. They gave me a jacket too that I'm going to need to get to Goodwill. Um, I wanted to make a video like this only after I got another pair of boots and wasn't like wearing the things that they had given me. So I wrote on these shoes lessons. So these shoes represent, they are kind of like just a symbol for these three experiences. So, I also wanted to mention that I would like to also evolve into talking about like, girl stuff, woman stuff, girl slash woman stuff, where I kind of refer to myself as a girl slash woman and a woman sometimes, but my inner child is like always with me, and I've kind of feel like I'm stuck in the middle somewhere um, a lot of the time. But basically, I want to talk about like things like having a GYN appointment a couple weeks ago, um, being on the fifth day of my period as of today, and kind of forgetting that it's only day 5. So I'm still gonna have some flow, and I kind of anyway talk about kind of like just not even the intricacies, just the daily life of being a girl slash woman, and things that this was not something. It was my femininity was something that was always kind of like the elephant in the room. Never really, I'm never really acknowledged, and so it's kind of hard to acknowledge it older and to see people or young girls that do get that safe acknowledgement, which is good, right? But then also it kind of hurts in seeing that the way in which I didn't get that. And so anyway, I would like to talk about things like that, but let me go ahead and go on to the 4 different lessons that I learned. So the first lesson is that I am forgetful. So I tend to be forgetful, and this revealed itself in the 3 places that I had found on Craigslist, um, where I might, and we'll talk about in a second how it connects with other elements of the experiences too. But I will say that, me losing my phone all the time, or if I'm very stressed, I am even more forgetful. Um, where that is where I flooded the first place, their downstairs basement, by leaving turning on the faucet and leaving it on. And that was from me getting fired at a place that paid me like only $18 an hour. And they were really mean to me and kind of just threw me away, which was kind of like a good thing, a blessing in disguise. So, anyway, I'm forgetful, and over the course of these places, like this last place in the very beginning, I left the stove on before, no, the oven on. I left the back door open, and then when I didn't get any sleep while I was packing, I left the door open again, and I'd improved it over that, over the time of me, over the 3 places that I'd lived, I'd improved. So I think still I would probably like to make a checklist of things to look out for, like, turn the light off when I leave, or different things that can help me to kind of go through things that can help me create order. Okay, number 2. Um, which one do I want to say? Okay, so know my triggers. So if I had kind of like tuned into myself and kind of validated what my experiences had been, um, and not tried to run away from them. So that's kind of the next one too. So like know my triggers, meaning like I have to kind of face the things that I have been through and experienced so that I can work through them and find safer spaces, so that I'm not just kind of out in the open and vulnerable, so the wolves can kind of, feast on my vulnerability. Um, so a couple triggers. So I have had some difficult experiences, um, some abandonment issues with my father. So if I see a male that reminds me of some of that or kind of triggers some of those things, it's just not going to work out. And that was the first place that I was in. Um, and eventually I just stopped talking to the people, the person and their child who they had let to be a property manager, who for whatever reason also wanted to give me life advice, but I just didn't find, aside from being kind of give me like a ride and invite me to like a church service that they had, were not qualified to give me life advice. No offense. The last thing I want to say, also, like, if a person says offensive things about things, the heritage that I carry, um, or things that are sexist or misogynist, these are triggers. And I have to kind of get out of there, figure out a way, and not think, oh, I just need to stay for 6 more months if I can only just make it. No, I'm not going to. My nervous system will start to react as it did in each of, for sure, in the very first place, and then in the very last place, after kind of getting note after note after note pinned to my door, sharing with me what I would do wrong, like instead of maybe just talking to me. After a certain point, I stopped engaging, reading, saying hello again. And this is actually probably some type of trauma response where I just stopped talking to people altogether if I just can't deal with it. And I'll have to work on that. I am working on finding therapy. But okay, the last thing is, even with all of these things, I can still say that I deserve better, right? All of these things. Oh no, the train. Okay, I'm gonna stop this and then I'm going to record again after the train stops. Okay, so the train stopped and basically I deserve better, and that's it. So I realized that each of those places ultimately, there were things early on that showed me that they were not a fit for me. And it's funny how I tried to make it as long as I could, but things kind of moved me forward. And I had a sibling share an analogy with me like Jonah and the well, where when like the well just spit Jonah out, and I feel like that's what these experiences were for me. Even if I wanted to kind of stay to be able to save money or to be able to not have to take time to find another place, they spit me out. And they helped me. I'm not going to say they helped me. I'm not trying to go there, but it kind of forced me to look within and look at things that I struggle with, and also look at the fact that I deserve to have a place that was in sync with my goals and in progress and you know aspiration, and that's all. And that's all I really want to say. These are the lessons. I'm going to go and take a picture of those boots and kind of use it as a screenshot, and I am actually, I'm not going to jinx it, but this is a place that, you know hopefully I can like unpack maybe one box today. I'm kind of unpacked out as far as having done this over the past few years, like 3 times now. Um, but that's all I want to say. I had some very, very embarrassing experiences in this last place, and so dehumanizing and embarrassing, that I was able to share with a close friend that I went to school with for a couple of years. And that's all. All right, thank you for watching, and I look forward to being able to make another video and share with you next time. All right, thanks.